Yeah, but it's just when all this was happening, everything felt very money is numbers on a screen and nothing more to me. And it's very easy because you were talking about the value of money earlier off camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I didn't get that in a sense because of how almost easy it felt to
Yeah.
obtain money. I know that it is difficult because I worked a job as well in Commonwealth, so I knew how difficult it was, like just comparatively. Because I'm running these Insta pages, but I'm also because I worked with the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham because I lived in Birmingham. So I knew how much work you had to put in. I had to be there basically 7 days a week, 30 days of the month, with like 1 or 2 breaks here and there. For X amount of money, whereas I know same way to make the same amount of money via social media so much easier.
Yeah.
So because of that, it actually didn't feel like I couldn't get £150 out. I didn't really care because it was just essentially internet money, Wi-Fi money, free to me in a sense.
I understand. I get what you're.
Whereas if I worked a job and I made, let's say, £300, I would struggle to spend that £300 because I'm like, this is, I don't know,
You put in, that's
like-
a week's work.
yeah, like 30 hours of my life at a £10 an hour job, right? I just couldn't spend that. But now I keep savings. If I need to spend something for myself, then like extra, I would. But if not, I don't. But mainly I've only bought things from my money. I've only bought things from my mum, my sister, and charity donations. I haven't really spent much of like anything on myself actually. But yeah, grew through the gap year, and then I got bored of it because of those problems. Everything kept getting hit. Everything that could get hit would get hit. And you kind of have to, with any business, I feel like you have to expect problems to happen. It's never linear. Like you have the idea, you have the plan for execution, you could have the step by step. Something will go wrong.
Things always go wrong. It's
And-
how you bounce back.
Yeah, and instead of being sad when that happens, I kind of predict it now. Like not predict it in the sense that I know it's going to happen, but accept
prepared
it.
for it.
Yeah, like accept
Mentally.
it in the sense that it will happen. Just deal with it when it comes. So because of that, and it got kind of boring because I was making a similar amount of money, on average about £700 to £800 a month. Again, doing almost nothing. Even at uni, first year, I was doing this. But I wasn't, it didn't excite me anymore. After like a year, just the same thing didn't excite me. It wasn't too easy to scale as well. So because of a combination of those things, I kind of stopped it, focused on uni, studied, got good grades, and then more recently, in the past few months, we come to Preclinical. But overall, since you were asking about chest pain, bro.
Inspiration and all that.
Yeah, but Julius was asking if I was if I was okay to disclose stuff as well. Overall, through the social media stuff, I got a low 5 figures from all the stuff,
Wow.
and this was like, especially to like an 18, 19-year-old kid, that's
Oh, yeah,
mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing amount of money. But
Yeah.
On-
yeah.
Go
I
on.
want to
Go on.
touch on how you've been able to monetize social media, because in my like kind of household and how we've kind of seen things, social media has always been seen as an enemy. It's the negatives and the negative attributes of it have always been emphasized a lot more. So I wasn't even as a kid, like as a teenager, I wasn't even allowed to have social media platforms and stuff like that. And it would always be like a constant battle, like with my parents and like all the relatives to like allow me to be on them. And then for the first few years when I used it, I just used it as a teenager would, message friends, send funny stuff over and stuff like that. And then in COVID, that's when I feel like my mind kind of switched, because ever since then it was very simple. I've do my GCSEs, get my A's, A stars, whatever, do my A levels, do that, go to uni, study medicine, blah blah blah. Life's good after that. But then when I was watching, it may have even been an Ali Abdal video. Shout out to Ali Abdal, one of the greatest medicine YouTubers. I must have had an advert before one of the videos, which was like, how to make £3,000 for your house. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I've seen like a million of
it
those.
was one of
Win those
it was,
courses,
yeah,
yeah.
it was like a middle-aged guy by some beach with probably like a bunch of women and like and cars, and like it's designed to entice like teenagers into their pyramid scheme. And the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, this might be a scam, but then they make it look so realistic and believable.
It's so doable as well.
Yeah,
Like anyone can do it.
And then like you sort of start going through a few rabbit holes, and you realize that there's a lot of barriers and a lot of stuff which they don't tell you. So you try.
I think
so I tried and failed like a few stuff there, and eventually I completely changed my attitude to social media and going from something which just wastes time and you can't really get any utility from to something where you can actually benefit from. And then I made my piano Instagram in 2020 with my friend. We started posting piano clips like every week, and it was getting decent traction. Got a few thousand followers off that, and then from that, I saw there was a lot of promo piano pages. So I created my own promo piano page, Talent on Piano. Got 1,000+ followers very quickly, and but then I just got bored of it very quickly, and like I just finding you've done it a lot longer and a lot more detailed than I have, but the process of finding videos, getting them, reposting them, other people's videos, and commenting, captioning, especially when your heart's not in it, I gave up quickly, and then I switched over to a meme page I made about my area. I'm not gonna disclose it.
Why not, bro? It's not too bad.
I don't remember what I put on there now, innit? But I like on that one. I like to remain anonymous. But yeah, I had a meme page which had a couple thousand followers, and it was getting really good traction. And that's when I kind of realized that I could tap into the humorous side of myself more, but I didn't really know how to tap into that. And then after that, I started TikTok, and this is when I realized that TikTok was overtaking Instagram around 2021, 2022, when you could get a lot more engagement on Instagram, on TikTok than Instagram. So then I created a TikTok where I just posted day piano songs, day piano covers, and I got like to 700, 800 followers, nearly 1,000 very quickly. And I think because I had a massive conflict in my mind, like, do I want to go down this social media entertainment route, or become an artist, or someone who makes music covers, or do I go and do something like medicine more full time and focus on that? Because I was so kind of conflicted, I never really locked in with any of those specific social media journeys, but I did learn so many skills. So by the time that I started coming online a lot more into things which maybe you guys have more seen, which has been the TikToks which I make, or even this podcast that we're speaking on now, what a lot of people won't see is that we collectively have spent years behind the scenes perfecting and really optimizing our content and our ability to not only convey information but also attract people to see our content, stuff like that. And it's something which that there is a lot more in-depth skill than what you can see on the surface level. And while it is very inspiring to see people making incredible amounts of money online, kind of doing what they love, like Avi, who just bought his first car of TikTok, together with other more famous influencers, you forget that a lot of it really is like a job, and a lot of it is even harder than a job and takes even more mental strength, because there's no one there to pick you up whenever an account gets banned, you don't get many views, you get shadow banned, and it's like, in those times, like, it's so tempting to just quit and to give up completely. And to anyone who's like grown any social media pages and started anything, my advice would just be, don't ever stop. Even if you do have to take breaks because it's getting too stressful, you have other stuff in your life, yes, take a break, but never stop, never give it up. Like, because I really believe that had I kept every single one of my initial social media ventures going, mine would even be a lot higher. But because I wasn't sure about where they were all going and what the end goal is, it's hard to see a direction, so I just kind of stopped. But even if you can't see the direction and the end goal of something, it's important to just keep on going, because what I've realized is that doors will open for you if you're consistent. Like, you don't need to go and look for the doors. People will come to you and give you opportunities because they see your consistency and your dedication. Just keep that up, and that's all I need to do there.
Yeah.
I say I'm different to both of you. And the thing is, I'd say this is probably because it's the only kind of social media thing, and I wouldn't even call this social media per se, but that's it's debatable. But you talked about money and jobs you guys have had. He was actually quite successful doing his piano thing. With the way his parents brought him up, he's performed at a couple weddings.
Weddings, funerals.
So he made
church
quite a
services.
considerable amount of money. And you sound like you made quite a considerable amount of money doing the things and you made in social media. Me, on the other hand, I work sort of more regular jobs. I think I work like 5 jobs by now. JD, McDonald's. I worked as a delivery driver for Royal Mail. I worked as, I don't know if you've ever been to Oxford Street, but there are these knife crime people. I've worked for them as well. I work for a door-to-door sales company. What I sort of learned from that is that those times I was just getting the money because, you want to have a bit of, bit of money as a kid, £1,000 here, £2,000 there. What I actually learned was when I was working as a delivery driver or when I was working at Mackey's, like, the person next to you is working that job to pay his bills. Like, he needs every single shift. Like, he needs every minute of that. And I'm sort of there to get a few bag or two so next term in uni or maybe to be a bit more comfortable or have a pair of trainers. And I sort of just looked at it, and then other experience I've had looking at other people work, and they don't ever seem to enjoy their job or enjoy themselves. It's like they're here because if they're not there, they're gonna sink. Right? They're there to float. Yeah. They're really there to survive. So starting this is kind of like to sort of, they call it the 9-to-5 rat race, the matrix, but either way you want to call it, I don't feel like I want to be working for a living or working. I feel like you quickly, when you're a kid, or what do you want to be when you're older? It's no longer about that. It's like you're there to pay your bills, your mortgage kind of thing. And every job I've worked at, I've seen like very old people, and these are like presumably jobs for like younger people, but I've seen very older people there working diligently kind of thing. That's kind of my back. Not really. I never really, really came up on the social media thing. But seeing it, truth be told, I look at it from a different angle. Of course, you can make money on social media, but you can sort of make money doing, like I said, I sold food in school and I got money, and I reached my first £1,000 as a 15-year-old. Like, I felt like the richest man in the world, kind of thing.
You should be, bro. That's way before me. That's crazy.
I don't know, but it's different timeline.
How did you raise your first bag at 15?
That's insane.
You start off with £1, you buy this, you make £2.50. You take that £2.50, you buy 2 packs, you make £5. And honest to God, that's how it gets. But it's funny. It's a funny story. I look back and I think about those times, and I sort of thought, you know what? Somehow, some way, I'm going to be rich. I'm just not going to do it. But I don't know. I look at these things, these online things. You talk about drop shipping, affiliate marketing. I don't look at them like a scam. I sort of look at them like there is no get rich quick scheme. I think what a lot of people want to downplay is the element that luck has to do in success. And I think people don't realize how significant luck is, and whatever you want to call it, luck is just a word used to describe something going in your favor that you have no control over. And it might not go in your favor, you might be unlucky, but luck is so big that people don't realize for simply trying, 80% of people who try in anything will fail. Simply for trying, you're risking failure, and failure is the most likely outcome. Even with social media, most people end up failing, crashing out. With most jobs, most people won't be able to climb up the ladder and succeed and maybe get into higher positions and get into more money.
Can I touch on that?
But before let me land, even with some of these affiliate markets, I don't even look at them like a scam. I look at them more like they're just giving you another method, whether or not it works. It might work, it might not work. It's most likely not going to work because, most things won't work.
It depends on the character as well of person. Pardon? It depends on the character of a person.
But even that with luck, I'd say 2 people can put an equal amount of effort and go overboard and analyze every detail and be scrupulous, and it can just not work out for either of them or one of them. And that's the thing that I've thought about for a long time. I think luck is so significant.
I used to kind of, I think, echo some of your points here a little bit more about thinking about how luck is a significant factor in making it. in the social media music scene and stuff like that.
I think in any
Or
scene, not
in
just that. Yeah.
in any
industry.
particularly more creative industries where it's less of a meritocracy, more of who is in the right place at the right time. Something maybe a little bit more methodical, more scientific might be like, I don't know, the path to become a consultant or investment banker. There is definite steps there to be, but the path to become a touring artist, there's no definite line. Like that luck almost is an essential factor, but I think you can. But the best way to spin it is that you need to put yourself in the right spaces to be lucky. Like think of it as gambling, for example. If you're chucking in 100-to-1 bets, things which are just unlikely to happen all the time, eventually you're gonna lose all your money. Like all that time you're gonna spend, it's gonna be inefficient, and you're gonna end up with nothing at the end. But the way to succeed, I genuinely do believe that majority of people, nearly everyone, can succeed in today's age in something creative. What they need to have the mentality of not being phased by challenges and shortcomings that come along the way. And the reason why 90% of businesses, 99%, whatever statistic you want to give me, fail, is because 90 to 99% of people are not resilient enough to go through the challenges that it takes to succeed in